All right, have and have not fans, yet another what if video for the have and have not viewers out there. Seriously, I'm getting more and more requests for these, and it really is taking me down a trip down memory lane. And once again, if you have not done so already, I'd highly recommend checking out the show on Hulu, at least the first five, or should I say 4.5 seasons, because Hulu stops till Death Do You Part, which is about the halfway point of season 5. And if you hadn't seen my video I posted about 3 days ago, I did speak with a customer service representative at Hulu, and they haven't gained the rights in order to put on the back half of season 5 nor season 6, which is the block of episodes we got a couple months ago in 2019. So they don't have any word on when they'll have them, and they put in a request. It's like, because I showed interest in it, they would actually, put in a request like, hey, that we have this person who wants to know. So I did say in that video, the best we can do is either just wait to see what happens, because they said if or when they get it. But if you wanted to just go to Hulu, like if you have a Hulu account, or, just go to Hulu and go to like the help section, and you can either call, I know you can at least email or chat with someone, just express interest in the haves and the have-nots. And I guess you could say, like, the more people who put in their, 2 cents about, hey, I love the show, put more episodes on there, maybe that will get enough, fan base power to get the episodes put on there. But speaking for this video, we are talking about Amanda Cryer. And really, this video is about the disappointment of Amanda's funeral, or should I say lack thereof, because I was talking with Chandler sometime last week. We had like a freaking 2-hour conversation just going back and forth about different ideas and things like that from like various seasons. And let me readjust my computer chair real quick. And yeah, I'm just thankful I was able to afford this chair a few months ago. Like I miss my old chair, but I do not miss all the squeaking and whatnot. Like, this chair is a lot more quieter. So when we talked about the funeral, like, going back, if you don't know who Amanda Cryer is, for a couple things, or a couple of reasons, she is the reason I got addicted to the show. As soon as I saw her in episode 1, I was hooked, like, yep, I got a crush on her. But aside from that, I was very interested to see where her personality was going to go, because she seemed like the Benny of the Cryer children. Like, Candace and Wyatt are very much alike. Like, seriously, go back, and now I'm not really referring to the addict, but, just... maybe I need to do another video on that. But I did one years ago about how Wyatt and Candace are actually very alike, at least during the early seasons of the show. But, Benny and Amanda were both kind of like the naive, younger children. Well, then again, back during that time, Benny was older than Candace, but they were kind of the, kind of the favorite child, the naive, kind heart, but easily taken advantage of. Yeah, too bad Benny and Amanda never met. But in any case, what I want to say here is that Amanda Cryer, we know, was raped by Professor Carden. Then she was killed, not suicide, but killed. And then we had the funeral. And I remember during that time, I was very excited, not because my favorite, my have and have not crush had been killed, but the fact that, okay, Amanda Cryer being killed, this opens the door for so much. And remember, this is only like early, well, technically now it is known as season 2, early season 2. And I'm like, okay, Amanda Cryer's funeral, maybe we'll meet Jim and Catherine's like extended family members, like siblings, possibly parents, depending on, if their parents are still alive. We know that Catherine's father, I think both her parents are dead. I don't know about Jim though. I don't really remember. But in any case, I was like, okay, cousins, uncle, things like that. And the funeral itself, there's going to be a lot of backlash, like Candace showing up or something along those lines, because during that time, remember how I really hated Pimp Candace in season 5, and I really got sick of the whole money plot? I felt the same way during season 2 when when Candace was all, I just want to go see Jim to pay my condolences. And I'm like, look, this is not the time for your nonsense, Candace. Hannah called her out for it. David, Maggie Day, like, this was not the time to just trounce around in front of Jim's face, especially after you had extorted $7.4 million for him, meaning that you pretty much, well, then again, in a way, Candace indirectly saved Jim's life, because if memory serves, Jim was, I think Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think that Catherine was Meanie, Jim was Mo. Because eeny, meeny, miny. Yeah, it's been a while, guys. So in any case, yeah, Jim was indirectly saved by being abducted, because that's one reason I think Amanda went back to her room and then was killed, because in her twisted mind, eeny, meeny, miny, mo wasn't going to work because Jim wasn't there. So they weren't four individuals unless you counted the baby, but whatever. So when it came down to the funeral, I'm like, okay, we're going to see a funeral. Like Candace is going to just mess things up. Then you know, we'll see Catherine and Jim's extended family. Not only did we not get a funeral, but we didn't get anything but background characters. And that was really disappointing. Like, you know, in the episode of the funeral, we only see everyone leaving from the cemetery. Candace comes to shake things up, and then things don't really escalate until we go back to the Crier house, and Catherine breaks the champagne bottle across Candace's head. And then in the next episode, Candace talks about how Professor Cannon had raped Amanda. So that was really it. And it was very, very much a letdown and an extreme disappointment, because I thought we would have really seen some great character interactions, like, you know, Jeffrey comforting Wyatt. Again, not in the I love you, Wyatt, but as a friend. And we really needed moments like that. Jim and Catherine, like, you know, we saw how they reacted when they saw Amanda's body, but just being in the funeral, at the funeral and at the cemetery, you know, having to sit in front of the casket, those little moments like that when the characters aren't saying anything, like that would have been a great time for, let's say, the Reverend to give, you know, is it called the eulogy? I believe that's the correct term, the eulogy at the funeral. That would have been a great time for, like, you know, Tyler Perry to have some great dialogue. And kind of like in the episode when the chickens come home, when Jim gave his speech, and then we had like Professor Cannon being killed, and Toxic and Terrell, and we see, like, you know, Celine and Hannah and Quincy Jr., and then the shooter at Veronica's house. Basically the scenes that were playing, you know, Quincy choking Candace, the scenes that we saw were lining up with what Jim was saying on stage. So during that speech at the funeral, we could have seen maybe Amanda flashbacks and things like that, and, you know, Jim and Catherine reflecting and, you know, trying to figure out what went wrong. So when we got the moment where we had Candace being interrogated by, I don't want to say Jim and Catherine, because Jim wasn't saying anything. Catherine was running the show until, and then she cracked the champagne bottle outside of Candace's head. Now that could have been a great moment where those two are trying to figure things out without saying anything. And then, you know, they try to calm themselves at the grave site. And that's why Catherine just calmly invited Candace over to the house, and then boom, interrogation. So I think that during that funeral scene, during the eulogy, Catherine could have been the one to say that Candace is the one who's behind all of this. That would have been great, even more so than seeing extended family. Just seeing the build up to moments like, you know, her hitting Candace with the wine bottle, or, you know, Jim's silence, why he didn't say a word. Little moments like that really do speak volumes, and Tyler Perry has shown time and time again he can implement those into the series. I just wish he did that for Amanda, because remember, Amanda was like the first main character to be killed. I mean, I think Little Lizzie died before she did, but Little Lizzie was a main character. She wasn't even shown on screen. And no, I don't count photos, you know, where you see like photos of her. I mean, like a main character. So to have the daughter of one of the main families die, and we really don't see anything after that, very disappointing. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The Amanda Crier, you know, death, do you think that she deserved more at her funeral? Do you think she deserved more in terms of seeing character reactions like her parents? Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe, and let me know if there are any more what ifs you want me to do on the channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.